Welcome to Servant of the Fates. Today's pick a card reading answers the question, how rich will you get in 2026? So pick the pile that sparks a memory in you. It will have your accurate predictions. Guidelines below on how to do just that. Feel free to pause this video as you take your pick. As always, timestamps down below. Is it going to be this YSL card case? Is the texture, the shapes sparking a memory in you? Or is it this Michael Kors coin purse? Something about the color or the shade maybe? Or why not this key pouch from Louis Vuitton? Maybe the initials, maybe the patterns, the texture. As always, feel free to pause and rewind and really pick the one that's sparking that memory. And when you're ready, let's begin. If you chose the YSL card case, welcome to your reading. This is how rich you will get in 2026. So how exactly? Your main answer is the Knight of Pentacles. This is old money rich, but it's not quite what you think. It's good, but there are some conditions. So old money, whenever we think of generational wealth, we think, oh my God, these people are just so wealthy and they're all billionaires. And you know what? Maybe that's true. But the thing with old money as well is most of that money is not spendable. These monies are usually tied up in trusts, in charities, in projects, and there are a lot of conditions, okay? Like you have to wait for this year or for this child to reach that age to get that money, to be able to spend only 10% of it. So it's still positive. What does it mean that in 2026, you're gonna become old money rich? It means you're going to have that kind of stability, okay? Not a lot of spendable money where you can just go shopping at 2 p.m. on a Wednesday and buy everything you want, but the kind of money where your children's education are paid for, your own needs, your retirement is prepared already, the things that you will be needing at that age, the mortgage is paid, there is a new car, like all of the needs, all of the practicalities this year will be covered starting this year, actually, right? So we're talking about this kind of wealth beginning this year, but it's going to be long term, okay? It's going to be forever. That's what old money is. It's generational wealth, but it's not crazy spending money. That's usually new money. Those are like the celebrities, the supermodels, right? The reality TV stars. No, old money is like, yeah, you have this money, but the condition is you have to spend 30% on this ranch and 20% you have to spend running this charity, and the other 50% you're only going to get when your son turns 18 or something like that. These are examples, but you know what I mean. The basics are covered, not a lot of luxury, comfort spending, but everything that people normally worry about, like how to pay for the mortgage, how to pay for the rent, how to put food on the table, how to buy a new car and pay for fuel and tuition. These things will be covered starting 2026 for you. So it's old money rich, but it's knight energy, not yet a queen, not yet a king, okay? But still, it's very wonderful. It's great news, but I'm trying to explain it to you. It doesn't mean old money, oh my God, I'm going to be a billionaire, ridiculously wealthy. Maybe so, but there is fine print, okay? But still, security, financial stability. How will this money come to you? For that, you have the Hermit. So this will come from an old person. The most obvious, but please don't be scared because I'm sensing positive energies here. Because of that light and because of how calm both the Knight of Pentacles and the Hermit is, it's not like someone you love is gonna die, a father figure, okay? It's not like something shocking. If it is that, then it's something you already know, you already anticipate. This loved one has been sick for the past 5 years or so. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like a shocking, tragic prediction or anything like that. But it is like a father figure. It doesn't have to be someone related to your bloodline. It could be a manager, someone in the neighborhood that you're really close to, but like an elderly, they could be leaving you this kind of money in their will, okay? But there are conditions, of course, right? We already talked about that, but this will likely come from an authority figure, an elder in your life, okay? But by the way, the death inheritance thing, that's not for everyone. Old people can still give money to younger people, okay? They don't have to die to do that. So they could just, add you in their will, or this Christmas maybe give you something amazing, right? Some sort of gift. But again, there's fine print, something like that. If we are talking astrologically, this is the card of Virgo, Sun, rising, Venus, okay? But someone who is an elder in your life, right? And by the way, I just heard something. For some of you, maybe it's not even direct. Maybe it's not direct. Maybe it's your parent that gets named in the will. And obviously that cascades down onto you because it's part of the fine print that it goes down to generations and whatnot, okay? But yeah, an elder, some sort of boss or relative, family member, professor. Oh my God, I just heard professor. If you're one of those people who were really close to one of your professors in college, then it could be that, okay? But Virgo energy, someone old, likely male, okay? This is how that old money will come to you. What do you need to know about this? The devil, we already talked about it. There are strings attached, okay? There are strings attached. You are like this excited child. Oh my God, I'm going to get a gift. Yes, amazing. But it's not like, okay, you get 1 million right here, right now, buy whatever you want. Okay, we already talked about that. There's like some trust, some terms and conditions, some fine print to follow, and maybe something that you have to do in exchange. Okay, maybe you have to care for this person, or maybe you get some sort of house, some sort of dwelling, but you don't really own it, okay? You get to take care of it. You and your family are the guardians of this ancestral home. You are the caretakers of this house. After you, your child, after your child, your grandchild. Do you know what I mean? But it's named after this person still, after this person's family, because this person, they didn't have their own kids. They didn't get married. They didn't have their own family. But maybe someday someone from their bloodline, I don't know, a distant grandniece, nephew is going to claim it. But for now, the law says, the will says, it's for you and your family, okay? Not quite in your name, but just as caretakers, you get to live in it, but you have to take care of it and you have to maintain all of these, details in the house because everything is old from the 1600s, something like that, okay? Just as an example. A blessing, old money, wealth, but strings attached, and you have to do something for it. Fine print, terms and conditions, but nothing sinister, okay? You don't have to do anything immoral, illegal for it, but you will have to do something for it. Maybe just to wait a really long time, but it's there. So when will this happen? We know it's in 2026, but when exactly? The Emperor, this is Aries season. So end of March, most of April. Okay, March, April is when this news will come to you, right? So a Virgo, and honestly, likely male, because you have 4 cards and all of them are male. So the source is likely male. And if, like I said, you are a secondary recipient, like it's your partner or your parent who's actually going to receive it, it's going to be through a man, through your dad, through your brother, okay? If you are the woman in the relationship, then definitely through your partner. So that is your clue. But honestly, old money is amazing money, just not maybe if you're not well versed in generational wealth, maybe you're going to think, oh my God, old money. I'm going to buy a yacht right now. I'm going to buy a private jet. Not quite, okay? But stability, everything you need provided for. Just some strings attached, just some terms and conditions. But old money is amazing money. So congratulations. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care. If you chose Michael Kors, welcome to your reading. So How rich will you get in 2026? Your main answer, the Tower, shockingly rich. The kind of rich that allows you to burn down all of your problems, just fix them right there and then. And if you go dark, the kind of wealth where you can also avenge yourself from your enemies, from the people who hurt you, where you can also ruin lives. But I hope you don't go that dark, okay? But the Tower is shockingly rich. What do I mean by that? Maybe you have been trying to manifest money, financial stability, financial security for a while now, and you have your own fantasies, you have your own vision, imaginings. Whatever that is, my darling, it will be exceeded a lot more, okay? It's just going to be so ridiculous that even your wildest fantasies couldn't have predicted it, okay? It is so shocking, but this is the Tower card. So like I hinted at earlier, there is also a darkness here. This is the kind of wealth that can turn you, okay? That can attract you to the dark side, so to speak, if you are not careful. But also, this is the kind of wealth, because of the flames and the fire, that can exit your life just as quickly as it entered. Okay, it could leave you just as quickly, but only if you're not careful. Example, you know those people who win the lottery and they're just so irresponsible, and you can blame them because they're so excited. Maybe they came from nothing. Maybe they came from poverty and now they're a millionaire overnight, literally. So they're like, I'm going to buy a private jet. I'm going to buy a yacht. I'm going to buy a basketball court. I'm going to buy a basketball team. I'm going to buy a baseball team. I'm going to buy a football team. And then 2-3 months, a year later, they are bankrupt. Okay. So this is the kind of crazy rich that could happen to you in 2026, but it comes with a lot of warning to be careful, to be smart, and to not go dark. Okay. Because if you do go dark, the universe always finds a way to bring things back into balance. So if you do use this wealth to hurt the people who hurt you before, okay, vigilante justice or something like that, then the universe will find a way to claim this blessing back, to reclaim it from you, okay, so that you won't be able to wield it as a weapon anymore. So that sounds so negative, like, excuse me, like I'm saying so many bad things. But honestly, it's so good. It's crazy rich money, okay? It's shockingly abundant wealth. But what's that Spider-Man quote? With great power comes great responsibility. And, excuse me, and therefore, there are all of these warnings and my throat is acting up and you're probably thinking that's unrelated. But in my experience, it tends to be. Whenever I'm doing a difficult reading, well, not difficult, a very charged reading, this happens to my throat. It's like there's a blockage that I'm warning you now. Warning is too strong a word. That I'm giving you a friendly advice now to clear before it gets there. Okay? So crazy rich, but Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility. So be careful not to go too dark and not to go too responsible with it. Okay, of course, enjoy. Like if you do win the lottery, just as an example, of course, go shopping for yourself and for your loved ones, but be smart about it, be responsible about it. Because you know how some people, I gave very extreme examples earlier with a yacht and the private jet and the football team. But some people are also responsible, just not that extreme. Like they win the lottery and they buy 3 cars, they buy 2 homes. Like who needs that? Why not invest your money? Or if you don't want to invest, you don't want to trade, you don't like stocks, just freaking save it, man. Put it in the bank, save it for a rainy day. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, crazy money, but some sort of advice, friendly warning from the universe. Okay. What else do you need to know about this? How will it come to you? Okay. Just as I expected, the Wheel of Fortune, this is a windfall. What do I mean by windfall? It's not something you worked hard for, which is not to say that it's not something you deserve. It's different. Of course you deserve it. This is something you've manifested, you've prayed for, you've likely worked hard your whole life, okay? It's something that you deserve. But what do I mean? It's not something you worked for. Something you worked for is if you're an employee and you perform really well and then you get a promotion. That promotion is something that you worked for. You know what I mean? It's direct. It's a direct cause and effect. If you have been trying to lose weight and you're finally now at your dream weight, it's because you have been working out every day and you have been on a calorie deficit for the past 6 months. Like, it's something you worked for, and now you have your dream body and you have your health back. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a direct correlation, cause and effect, something you worked hard for. This one, you do deserve it because of how hardworking and how good you have been and how faithful you have been and how much you've surrendered and learned and all that. Okay, amazing things. But it's not something that you're directly working for right now or ever in the past in your life. Do you know what I mean? It's a windfall. It's a blessing from the divine. It's unexpected. Okay? So like I said, as an example, it wasn't a part of the prediction yet, but it's coming true now. It could be a jackpot. It could be a lottery win. But that's not what windfalls are just about. It doesn't just mean lottery. It could be something else entirely. Another windfall is, people who fall in love with someone who has generational wealth and they didn't even know. They didn't get with them for the money. They thought they were just falling in love with someone who really sees them and someone that they really adore. But it turns out that person is some sort of lord or lady, some sort of royalty in their country. And that's some sort of jackpot windfall too. Do you know what I mean? So it could be through the lottery, it could be through marriage, a relationship, okay? These are examples of windfalls. You did not expect them, you did not work hard for them, you did not plan even on them. A lot of people who join raffle draws and lotteries, they don't really plan on winning. They're just like, okay, it's fun. If it happens, it happens. You know what I mean? Like, let's just, bet on it somehow. So even if you're someone who has been manifesting it and fantasizing about it, honestly, you didn't really plan for it to get this windfall, to get this money, to earn this jackpot, right? But yeah, it is a windfall. This is Jupiter, the wheel of fortune. It's like fate, destiny, life, just working in your favor without you actually earning it or working for it. So that's how this crazy rich wealth will come towards you, okay? Through a windfall. Right? And since this is the card of Jupiter, we could also be talking, if it's like a marriage, relationship, we could be talking about a Sagittarius, Sun, rising Venus, okay? Or their name could start with S or J, Jupiter, Sagittarius, okay? JSSJ, their initials could be that. Clues as to who this could be. But either way, even if you already have the clues, like I said, you're not going to be planning for it. You're not going to be anticipating it. It will just happen. It's a windfall, okay? Lottery or some sort of inheritance as well, from like just a relative you don't even know. Apparently you have this rich, long lost, I don't know, great aunt or uncle or something. Or there was always family money held up in some sort of trust and you're gonna get it now. Okay, so windfall. That's it. What else do you need to know? This is how will it come about? What's something concrete that you need to know out of it? Oh my God, they're just mirroring each other. Sometimes it's like that. When a message is so strong, they just repeat themselves. It will come out of the blue. Okay, the moon. You won't see it coming at all, entirely, okay? Even if I'm already telling you now, so I told you now, so you're probably thinking, okay, I might win the lottery in 2026, I might win the lottery. But no, it's not a lottery, it's an unexpected inheritance, okay? Or you're thinking I'm gonna marry rich, oh my God, I'm gonna go start looking at high society places and hanging out, finance, conferences, and all that. But no, it's a lottery win that you didn't even buy the ticket for. Your son or your sister bought it for you. Do you know what I mean? So it's out of the blue. You cannot plan for it. Even though we're talking about it now, we're talking about the results, the method, no. You cannot plan for it. Out of the blue when you least expect it. But when? I know I said when you least expect it, but roughly, when will it happen? We know that it's in 2026 and strength is the card of Leo. So Leo season, July, August 2026. Okay, you're going to have to wait a bit around the summer. Okay, this is when this windfall, this crazy rich money will come to you. Honestly, it's great news, right? But I had to go say all of those warnings and my throat was acting up. And yeah, just when you get this, remember your good side and remember your smart side, okay? I'm so happy for you, honestly, but be careful. Be careful. Enjoy and congratulations and be careful. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Thank you for joining me today and I hope to see you again soon. Take care. If you chose Louis Vuitton, welcome to your reading. This is how rich you will get in 2026. So how rich exactly? Your main answer is the Queen of Pentacles. Whether you're a man or a woman, this is the rich aunt energy. You know what that is, right? Like someone who has enough money to give everyone MacBooks and iPhones and maybe cars. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating a bit, but I'm going to tell you more about this Queen of Pentacles, this rich aunt energy. This is someone who has more than enough to cover their own needs, their own sensible wants, that they have an overflow that they can share with the people around them to help them with their own needs and to help them with their own wants. So this is charitable energy. Okay, why is it a woman? Why is it feminine? Because your kind of generosity is very feminine, as in, like I said, rich aunt energy. You're the one who you don't pay for the tuition of your nephews and nieces, but you do buy them that PlayStation that they want, that iPhone that they want. You do take them on a trip to Paris. Do you know what I mean? Like, you take care of the fun things. That's the feminine side, to give in a way that fulfills the heart, the emotions of other people. So in short, the Queen of Pentacles, this is the kind of rich where you can be openly generous to others. But I know it sounds sexist, but in tarot, the kings are on a higher plane than the queens. So you are still in 2026 in queen energy, not in your king energy yet. It means, yes, there is stability enough that you can be magnanimous and generous and kind to others, right? But it's not quite at the peak, at the height of your dreams and wishes yet, but very, very close. You're getting very, very close. Okay, just one more step until you get to the pinnacle, to the summit of the kind of wealth that you really want. But in 2026, you're going to get so close to that. Okay, there's going to be a surplus, an overflow, but yeah. Still sensible kind of spending. I said that word earlier, didn't I? I said enough money to cover your needs, your sensible wants. So not quite, I'm going to buy a yacht, I'm going to buy a private jet, not quite that level, but you know, okay, that's extreme example. Let's just say you can't quite buy a Bentley yet, but you can buy the latest Honda or the latest Lexus, do you know what I mean? But not quite a Ferrari yet. It's that kind of sensibility, like the things that you need and want, but sensibly, not like crazy rich just yet, but more than enough for you, okay? That you can help the people around you. This is charitable wealth, charitable energy, okay? And it's gonna grow. You're almost there at your king energy. You're the queen, so just one lever I was gonna say level lower one level lower than what you're totally dreaming of. Okay, so more about this. How will this come to you? Okay, please bear with me because with the King of Wands, the answer is very cheesy. So it's gonna sound cheesy, but I promise it's sincere and it makes sense. This kind of money, Queen of Pentacles money, will come to you if and only if you follow your heart. Oh my God, so corny. What does it mean? It means that if you are currently in a job that you freaking hate, then no, you're not gonna get this kind of money in 2026. Okay, this is your clue as to how to claim that, how to own that, how to ensure that. You have to follow your heart. You have to be in a place that makes you happy. You have to be doing work that fulfills you. Okay, and something that you're good at, something you're passionate about, something that you enjoy. So you know better than me what that is. What is the universe asking you to do in order to gain, indeed, this Queen of Pentacles kind of wealth in 2026? Does it mean quit your job and start that business you've been planning for the past 5 years? Maybe for some of you. For others, it means quitting your current degree program in university and shifting to something else that you love. Okay, not what your parents advise you to do, but what really fulfills your heart and your soul. Those are the examples, okay? Following your heart, okay? It could be something completely impractical. Of course, I am not a financial advisor or, a banker. I'm not even in finance, but it just might sound impractical, like quitting a high-paying corporate job to start creating music on YouTube or to start creating art in the streets, okay? Maybe it's that, and I'm not saying do that. I'm not saying burn down what you have built just so you can get this energy, but excuse me, that is a manifestation of it. Something that sounds impractical, because the King of Wands, he is not the king of practicality or logic. He is the king of passion. He is the king of fire, the fire within you. What you have that flame for, okay? The strong feelings that you have for. So following that is what you have to do. That is how this money will come to you. That is the one condition. You cannot stay at that job that you hate. You cannot keep doing this business that you no longer have any passion for, okay? It's only by following your heart. And of course, it can't be 100% heart. I mean, he's a king after all. So there is still some sort of structure there, some sort of logic and strategy, but mostly heart. Okay, so that is how this money will come to you if you follow your heart. It sounds cheesy, but it makes sense and it's sincere, isn't it? Just like I promised, because you already know what this is. If you are indeed someone who hates your job and is planning to start a business, and you already know what business you want to do. You already know how to follow your heart, as cheesy as that sounds. Okay, that is what will give you this wealth in 2026. So this is how it will come to you. What else do you need to know about this? The 10 of Pentacles, it will grow. It will grow beyond 2026, beyond Queen energy. Should you have enough bravery and courage to actually follow your heart, to actually take that leap of faith, it will grow into generational wealth. The 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of gold, the 10 of wealth, literally. Okay, you're going to have enough money to pass on to your children and grandchildren and your grandchildren's dogs and reindeer and whatnot. Okay, so generational wealth will come from it, from the things that you do now. Okay, end of 2025, beginning of 2026. So it's like a challenge from the divine, from the universe, from your higher power to you, right? If you take them up on it, then this is guaranteed. Okay, because this is how it will come about, by following your heart, and this is something that's promised to you. It's gonna grow. Maybe not yet in 2026 generational wealth. I mean, that's something that takes time to build, but from here on out, yes, this Queen of Pentacles in 2026, but then eventually 10 of Pentacles, generational wealth from there on out. When will this happen? Okay, we know that it's within 2026, but when exactly? The 3 of Cups is 3 months. January, February, March, 3 months. Okay? So this will begin in March for you. This Queen of Pentacles level of wealth. But remember, you have a condition, okay? To become the Queen of Pentacles, you first have to activate your King of Wands. As cheesy as it sounds, follow your heart. You already know what that means. And just 3 months later, it's going to blossom. That is a promise. And then years down the road, it's going to grow even further, even bigger than you can imagine. Congratulations. Whether you're a man or woman, this is amazing wealth energy for you. Honestly. And that generosity that's being predicted for you, how beautiful is that? The universe is already telling you that once you get your money, you're going to become generous to others too. Like, it's like they're really cheering you on and they really want you to claim this. Okay, but first, as cheesy as it sounds, follow your heart. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care.